Hello and welcome to week 34 of the Ray of Hope Crochet Along, and this week we're making the German shell stitch. So this is a bit of an unusual stitch. It's shells, but it's a very rectangular look, very angular. There's no rounded bits like you would expect in a shell stitch. So how do we make it? Okay, so for this stitch we're going to use a 3.5mm hook, and we're going to start with a chain of 81. Okay, so in the fourth chain from your hook, we're going to make a half double crochet. Then we chain 3. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then make a half double crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to skip the next chain, chain 1, and make a half double crochet. So we get this pattern of a chain 3 space, half double crochet, chain 1 space, half double crochet. That's the repeat for this row. Okay, so then we chain 3, skip 3, make a half double crochet, chain 1, skip the next chain, and then make a half double crochet, and then repeat again. So we're just getting these series of chain spaces. So I'm going to carry on with that repeat, and I shall see you when we get towards the end of the row. Okay, so I'm at the end of the row, and I've just done a chain 3, half double crochet. There's no chain 1 after this stitch, and in the final stitch we're just going to half double crochet. Okay. Row 1 done. So row 2 we're going to turn, chain 1, and in the first stitch we're going to single crochet. Let's grab a stitch marker. Okay, so after our single crochet we're going to chain 2, and then in this chain 3 space here we're going to make 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, yarn tangle. Okay, so after our 3 double crochet in the chain space, we're going to chain 2, and then in the chain 1 space we're going to make a single crochet. So this is our shell, this 3 double crochet. Okay, so after our chain 1 we chain 2. Sorry, after our single crochet in the chain 1 space we chain 2. In the chain 3 space we make 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Then chain 2, and then in the chain 1 space make a single crochet. Okay, so our repeat for the row is we'll make the 3 double crochet in the chain space, you chain 2, in the chain 1 space you make the single crochet, chain 2, and then you're back to the 3 double crochet in the chain 3 space, and you're going to repeat that across the row. So I'm going to carry on with that, and I shall see you when we get towards the end of the row. Okay, so I'm at the end of the row, and I've just done my last 3 double crochet in the chain 3 space. So now I'm going to chain 2, I'm going to skip this half double crochet, and I'm going to single crochet in the very last one. Okay, and that's row 2 complete. Okay, so for row 3, turn, chain 1, and in the first stitch we're going to make the treble alternate turning chain. So make the alternate turning chain as you normally would, and then just add one last section on top. There you go. Then chain one. Okay, so we're going to be working into these double crochet. So we're going to skip the chain space, and in this first double crochet we're going to make a half double crochet. Then chain one, skip the second double crochet, and then half double crochet in the third one. Okay, and then we chain three. Okay, so in the single crochet, we're going to skip that, sorry, and we're going to go straight to the next three here. Okay, so exactly the same as before. In the first double crochet, you're going to make a half double, chain one, skip the second double crochet, and then half double crochet in the last one. Then chain three, we skip the chain spaces and the single crochet and go straight to the next three double crochet. So half double crochet in the first one, chain one, and then half double crochet in the third. So we skip the middle double crochet and we end up with this pattern here. Okay, so half double crochet in the first double crochet, skip the next one, chain one, then half double crochet in the third stitch. Skip the chain spaces and the single crochet and then repeat in the next set of three double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to carry on with that and I shall see you when we get towards the end of the row. Okay, so I've just done my last set of half double crochet, chain one, half double crochet. I've got this chain space and my last stitch left. Now I'm going to chain one, and in that last stitch we're going to make a treble crochet, and that treble, just make sure we've got the height that we need to get that nice big chain space. Okay, so turn and chain one. To start row 4 we're going to make the alternate turning chain in the first stitch. Let's bring the stitch marker up. Okay, so in the chain space, which is here, we're going to make a double crochet. So this is in that chain one before we did the treble at the end of row 3, and then we're going to chain 2. In the next chain space, which is this chain one here, we're going to make a single crochet. Then we chain 2 and make 3 double crochet in this space here. So this is really a repeat of row 2. It's just that we're shifting everything so that we're sitting between the shells in the rows below. So instead of them being here, the shells are up here. So we just shifted everything over. So after your 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then in your chain 1 space, make a single crochet. Then chain 2, and then 3 double crochet in the chain 3 space. Okay, so that's your repeat for the row. 3 double crochet in the chain space, then chain 2, make a single crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 2, and then you're back to the 3 double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to carry on with that repeat until the end of the row, and I shall see you in a moment. Okay, so I'm at the end of the row, and I've done my single crochet in the chain 1 space, and I've chained 2. So now I'm going to make a double crochet in this chain space right before the last stitch, and then I'm going to double crochet in the last stitch. Okay, and that's row 4 complete. On to row 5. We're going to turn and chain 1 and make the alternate turning chain in the first stitch. Okay. In the next stitch we're going to make a half double crochet. Then chain 3. We're going to skip the chains, the single crochet and the chains and go straight to that first double crochet and make a half double crochet. Chain 1, then half double crochet in the last double crochet. So skip that middle one, go straight to the end. Okay. So this is a repeat of row 3. Just again it's offset because working into the top of this offset shell here. Okay. So we've done our second double crochet and then chain 3. Skip the chains, the single crochet, the chain, and it's that first double crochet, make a half double crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, then half double crochet in the next stitch. And repeat that all the way across. So chain 3, skip chains, single crochet, chains, half double crochet in the first stitch, skip the next stitch, and then half double crochet. I'm going to do that all the way to the end. So I'm going to carry on with that and I shall see you when I get to the end of the row. Okay. So I've done my last half double crochet in this last double crochet block and I've done my chain 3. So we're going to skip the last chains and single crochet, half double crochet in that first double crochet and then half double crochet in the last stitch as well. And that's row 5 complete. So rows 6, 7 and 8 are a repeat of rows 2 to 4. So you're just going to do the same as you did for this set of shells down here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and row 8 is it, that's the piece finished. So once I finish row 8 I shall come back and show you what we're doing for the slip stitch border. Okay, so I finished all the 8 rows of my German shell stitch, and yes, I have changed colour. I realised I was using the wrong colour before, so I've changed to the right one now. Okay, so for your slip stitch border, okay, so for the sides you're going to make a slip stitch into the side of every single crochet row and every half double crochet row. Okay, so only one slip stitch in the half double crochet rows, and then into the side of the double crochet rows you'll make 2 slip stitches, and you'll also make 2 slip stitches into the side of the treble crochet rows, and that will bring you to a stitch count of 14. Okay, across the top and the bottom, to the bottom you're going to make a slip stitch into every foundation chain stitch, so you'll have 79 stitches. Okay, and across the top you're going to make 1 slip stitch in every double crochet, you'll make a slip stitch into every single crochet, and you're going to only make 1 slip stitch into the chain spaces. Okay, and that will bring you to 79 stitches. Okay, so even though you've got 2 chains in those chain spaces, only 1 slip stitch for those spaces, and that will bring your count out correctly. So I hope you enjoy this stitch, and I shall see you next week for week 35. Bye for now.